Hello everyone. So today we will be discussing about we will try to make it interactive session that how to write a blog or article. So let's start with the question, what is article and why do write it? So generally article is something where we put our thoughts, right? Whatever we want to communicate, but we do communicate in the written form. Whatever you try to communicate with the readers, with the viewers, so you just put it down in the written format and then you get it published somewhere, right? This is thing you call article or blog. And why it is necessary, why article for every law student is necessary. Article is one of the essential things for every law student to have that good skill, because article writing or blog writing, whatever you say, or research paper writing is the most important thing that gives you, the ideas how to or to improve your writing skills to draft some any kind of application, any kind of petition, any kind of bail. This will give you an idea of writing, how to draft, how to use the word or sentence in a proper format. This will help you to inculcate all these essential things during your law school, so that after graduating, after completing your degree, whenever you will be an advocate, you will whenever you have to write an any interim bail or bail application or petition or anything, so that articulation quality will help you to write an article, to draft these such things. So for every student from the beginning, from your first year, try to inculcate your writing, try to inculcate writing skills, try to develop it, try to get it published somewhere. So how to get it published and how to write an article, that's the most important thing. No, whenever you are writing an article and you want to write an article, there are few things which you have to keep in your mind while writing an article. First, you have to decide the topic, like which topic or what topics we can cover, who are the your audience, the target audience, the most important thing. Who is your audience, to whom you want to, where you want to publish, who will be reading it, whether it is for only law students, whether it is for the students as well as professor, whether it is for students or lawyer or judge or for every public. That you have to identify who is your target, who is your audience, and you have to write accordingly. The most important thing is whenever you are deciding on a topic, you should keep it a very catchy terms. Like headline should be very catchy. It should not be in too lengthy, in two or three lines or something like that. It should be very short and catchy that attracts someone's eyes. And the second important thing is whenever you are writing an article, and generally in law school, when you are a student and you are writing an article, so your most targeted audience is the students, those who are in first year, second year, third year, or whatever. So they are the most targeted audience. So when students are in first or second year, they don't have much idea about law subject, right? So they are not very fluent with the technical terms, means legal terms. So at the beginning, when you are in your second or third year, try to write an article in simple language so that your audience can get it. They can understand it easily. If you will write it in whole legal language, whole legal terms, they will not get it. They don't have such idea about the legal terms, right? So in the beginning, whenever you are in your first, second, or third year, try to write in the simple word so that every students, whoever are the readers, maybe there are some readers who does not belong to the legal field, but they are interested in some any topic. Like for example, if you are writing an article on uniform civil code, right? So uniform civil code is the something like that everyone want to know about it, irrespective of the law field or any field. Everyone want to know about the uniform civil code. So whenever you are writing an article, for example, I'm just saying, whenever you are writing an article on uniform civil code and you are using very technical terms, then how the students, students of other department will go to come to know about that technical term, because they don't have any idea about that terms. So try to write in that simple word so that those students can also read it and can get it very easily, so that you can reach your widen your viewers, your audience, and you will get good number of reach among everyone, right? So this is the important thing which you have to keep in mind when you are writing an article. Second thing, in the beginning, try to avoid some controversial things that give a negative impact. Yes, sometimes it gives a positive impact, but sometimes if there is a good controversy, that then you can put it. But if there is some irrelevant controversy which you are intentionally focusing on it and putting it in your article, then that can create a negative impact on you. So try to avoid all these things. Try to be straightforward whatever you want to include in your article, whatever you want to write in it, it should be very precise, it should be very clear. First, also the most important thing is that whenever you want to write an article, you have to prepare a content of table of content, which you say the outline of your article, just like how it be. First, abstract should be there. It should not be more than 200 or 250 words. So abstract is the basic idea about your article, what you want to write, what you are gonna express here. So the abstract is the small summary which give an idea overview about your article. And then after introduction, what is it, how is it, how is it impacting on something, what is their benefit, what is their advantages or disadvantages. So whatever the topic you wanted to cover, you have to prepare an outline before writing an article. Before that, you have to prepare an outline what all the content subtopics you will be including in your article, that you have to note down on your rough paper, rough draft, and then you can start forward with writing an articles. But before going into the final touch, you have to prepare a draft in a rough format. Your grammar should be very correct. Whenever you are writing an article, a punctuation can create a difference change. So whenever you are writing an article, always note down that small error can change the whole meaning. So these are the important things which you have to keep in mind while writing an article. Each and every comma, each and every full stop or exclamation marks or any punctuation, any grammatical error, everything you have to keep in your mind whenever you are writing an article. So these are the small things which we ignore, but it can create a huge difference in the meaning. So try to concentrate your mind. When if you think while writing you can watch series or movies and you can write an article, that's not going to happen. For writing an article, your concentration should be very much focused. It is very important. The concentration is very much important. You should be very focused on that. You for taking the reference from somewhere, you cannot rely on just one document or one article from somewhere. You have to read numerous paper, numerous article to just write down one paper, so that you can cross check, you can verify whether whether the content, whatever you are writing is correct or not. There are so many articles which you will read on the Google which is not appropriate. And I have received many papers. I'm sharing my personal experience. As a journal organization, we do publish research paper and article regularly. So I have saw many articles, those who have no relevance in their context. They have taken the details from some places, I don't know where it is, like Wikipedia or some unreliable sources, and which is not appropriate, and they just put it down in the story in their article, and they don't even think to cross check it, but that gives a negative impact on you. So whenever you are writing an article, try to take the reference from some reliable sources. Don't rely on Wikipedia or something, some this kind of organization, anything, any page blog or something like that. Always rely on some authentic journal or some like Manupatra, or say if you are taking case reference, then try to get that case reference from the Manupatra or SCC online or Supreme Court website or any High Court or tribunal website. So that are the only reliable sources. You cannot rely on something, any individual's page blog or something like that. So these are the important things which we ignore in our early career. But these all are the things which we have to improve from the very beginning. Then after in 4 or 5 year or in your final year, you can write a very well article, a very fine piece of article, and then you can get it published, like an online or any UGC recognized journal or something like that. So these are the important things which you have to keep in your mind while writing an article. Also one important thing is the giving the reference or the citation. So whenever you are writing an article or you are writing taking a sentence from somewhere and you wanted to put it in your story, in your article, then you have to give the reference from where you have taken it. The format of citation is very important. Like every journal have their own criteria. Like someone is following Scholar, someone is following Blue Book, someone is following some Indian citation format. Every NLUs have their own citation format. So depending on the organization, whatever the citation format is there, you have to follow that. You have to go with that guidelines, and then you have to put all the citation format very particularly. So citation is one of the important thing in your article that makes your article authentic. If there is no citation, there is no reference, and you have just put it on just the only paragraphs taken from somewhere else, that doesn't give any impact on your article. That doesn't give any value of it. So whenever you are writing an article, it's very important to give the reference, take it from the reliable sources, and try to frame in your own language. It should be plagiarism free. You cannot copy paste from somewhere or from someone's article. That can be a case of copyright infringement as well. So always try to write an article in your own language, in your own words. That is very important thing. So try to figure out the topic first, what you want to write, on which topic you wanted to write, then get the outline clear, what topic you can include in that. Before that, you have to read 3, 4, 5, 6 articles so that you can get a better idea about it. Then you can start writing article. बस एक पेपर पढ़ लेने से एक आर्टिकल लिख दोगे ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, because you cannot rely on just one piece of paper or one article. You have to read several articles to write one article. So keep in mind all these things. This is the very basic thing, but every student ignore it. No one bother about it. No one bother about the grammatical error like punctuation marks or any sentence reformation. But these are the basic things which we ignore in day-to-day life while writing an article. And about publishing, so if you are writing an article, if you think it's a very good article, you have written a very nice article, you can firstly try to get it published with some reputed NLU's journal like NLSIU or NALSA or just whatever the NLUs have there. They have their own journal and they are the UGC listed journal. The private journal cannot be UGC listed just because they need some university affiliation. For every UGC listed journal, they need university affiliation. So most of the NLUs, they give their journal in UGC care list. That gives the credibility. When your paper is published in some UGC care list, it gives a value. Whenever your article get it published in like Hen Online or LexisNexis or some newspaper article, so really that gives an impact on you. I mean, on your article, on your readers, you will get a wider reach for that. So, but every article cannot get it published at such place. So getting it published at some reputed organization, you have to write an article in that manner because they need some quality paper. They don't want 30 pages, 40 pages article research paper. They are fine with 5 or 6 pages, but it should be very, very precise. It should be very, clear, very understandable, and very fine that can create an impact on readers. So such kind of paper can create a huge difference in your writing skills, in your speaking skills, in your expressing skills, on your personal career as well. If you have written a very nice piece of paper and you have published in some organization, and then after you have put it on the LinkedIn pages, there are n number of people who will comment down, who will praise your work, and that will help you to reach your connection whenever you are writing an article and you are publishing it on LinkedIn. So there are so many people who read it there, who will read on the LinkedIn, and then they will comment it. They will praise you. If there is some controversial thing or something, some people is not agree with you, he will also criticize it, or he will share his or her own opinion. So that makes you interactive. It gives an edge to you to interact with that people and to build up your connection. There are so many law firms partner who used to read an article. There are so many law professors from different law colleges who read their articles and they do comment. So that will help you to grow your connection, grow your network among with them. Sometimes any professor, any law firm's partner or senior advocate have published their article on LinkedIn, then you can read it. You can put your comments. Then that will help you to get interact with that person, that advocate, that partners, or that professors, and that will help you to grow your connection, which you might in your 5th year or 4th year, everyone is struggling for internship and all, and if you will ask him for any favor, for any assistant, I'm sure he will help you out, just because you have interacted with him, you have put it your opinion in his articles. That shows to those person that yeah, so and so students is very much focused, very much attentive towards his career. He is trying to read the article on LinkedIn. He tried to put the comments on LinkedIn. So that will help you to grow your connection. And this is how you can build up your connection. So these are the small things which we ignore, but it's really important. If you want to grow in your career, in the legal field, you have to keep it all these things in your mind. So moving forward, just if anyone have any questions, let me know. Try to make it interactive. See, this is how you can build up your connection. If, for example, if you are asked me a question here, So I'll recognize, yeah, so and so student of PLEA organization have asked me a question, and after a few months or few days, you text me on LinkedIn or somewhere, you ask me for any kind of guidance, any kind of favor, like getting an internship. So I'll recognize, yes, please, so and so student have texted me, have asked me questions on those days, and will try to help you out. This is how you can build up your connection.
I had a question, like we're talking about article. Just one question, that what kind of references make article more stronger? I mean, we get plenty of references like from the case laws, from the, some of the news articles or something. But what kind of references do place a very strength to article, whatever we are writing on any subject?
Yeah, that totally depend on the topic, on which topic you are writing. So if there is some case comment, if you are writing a case comment related to any case law, so whatever the citation you are, whichever the cases you are taking the reference from the SSC or Manupatra, that creates a huge impact. If you are writing an article on some topic and you are taking reference from some foreign law journal, recognized foreign law journal like the Journal of LSE, London School of Economics, it is one of the renowned institution, right? So if you are taking reference from there, if you are taking reference from the someone's partner's article, every law firm's our partner used to write an article, they do it publish in their journal, law firms blog pages, they are in online, they are LexisNexis, they are a number of recognized websites. So that those, whichever the organization is recognized, whichever the organization have a reputation in the market, those we know, yeah, so and so organization is very much authentic, so that creates a huge impact, that make your article different. If you have just taken the reference from the Wikipedia or some any normal law journal, and you give the reference in your article, and you give the reference in your article from there, so that shows that you have not done your homework very nicely, that shows you have just taken some easy task, you have just take it from the Wikipedia or some local organization's paper, and you just put it down, put it in your paper, so that gives a negative impact. So whenever you are taking from some reputed organization, reliable sources like Manupatra, SSC, any top universities law journal, so that will make a huge difference in your article. So always try to get take reference from some reputed, some authentic, some genuine organization or article.
Now, I work on the post of a vice chairman in a reputed, very old political party of this country, and I am interested in writing this legal blogs or vlogs, whatever. So, can you advise me that which is a proper topic to start with? How can I reach the public? Because we are working in a political party, so I have that kind of outreach. But which is an ideal platform to launch my blogs? Like, just orient me on that. How should I start it? Not very clear on that. Like, and my specific topic of interest was family law, the
Okay.
stress and burdens, basically the husband's face in the current scenario. So something on that, or should I choose some other topic? Please advise.
See, as you said, you are involved in politics. You have worked with political organization from very long period of time, right? So that gives you an edge. And from my point of view, if you have worked with a political party for example of 2 or 3 years, so you should focus on that area as well. Politics is always connected with law. Politics means whatever the law is coming in the, whatever the laws government is taking, or whatever the bill government is introducing, that becomes a law, right? So if you are involved in politics, you have worked with political parties, so you have to you have to involve write your article in that phase, in that sector. Like for example, right now there are too many issues are going on. Political debates are going on, not issues, political debate, like one nation, one election, changing of name of India to Bharat, or uniform civil code, something, and there are n numbers of topics. So you are a political science student, you are a politics interested student, so you can take all these articles, topics, to write an article like one nation, one election. For example, it's a very recent thing which might be introduced in this new emergency session. No one knows, but there is a rumors. So you can write an article on that, whether the one nation, one election is beneficial or not, whether it has advantages on our society, or it has disadvantages on our society. You can write both the things. You can do a comparative analysis, like what happening earlier and what will happen now, what the impact will be on the society, what will be the changes, how it will create impact on our society. So you can do a comparative analysis from the earlier laws and the current laws. I mean, whatever the laws will be coming on, and then you can compare both the things
But
from
sir,
the
which is
policy.
an ideal platform to start with? Where should the initial blogs be posted?
You can post it. I mean, if you have written a good paper, good article, you
Ji.
can ask any, newspaper, local newspaper. Like if you are in Maharashtra, there are so many local newspaper in Maharashtra, and everyone is interested in politics nowadays. Every newspaper organization want to publish some, masaledar topic, some new topic, जो
Right,
लोगों
right.
के आंखों पे तुरंत कैच करे. लाइक
जी, जी.
these are the topic जो अभी हर कोई बात करना चाहता है. वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन की बात अभी हर कोई कर रहा है. इंडिया टू भारत, भारत टू इंडिया, इसकी बात हर कोई कर रहा है. सो whenever you are writing an article on this topic, if it is a good piece of paper, then I'm sure so many local channel, I mean local newspaper will publish it, or else you can try some online platform, like where there are various organization, those who publish blog. You can ask SCC, you can ask Manupatra, they do publish free of cost. There are so many, NLU journal, they do publish it, where you can publish it. And one question was also, you were interested in family law, right?
Ji.
So that
Yes.
will depend on your interest. Like, family law has various type of dispute. So you can write the case comment, like case comment related to husband matters, related to wife matter. That totally depend on your area of interest, what you wanted to write, what you wanted to convey to the people. Just you said you wanted to write in the perspective of husband, right?
Yes.
So you have to choose the case laws, which case laws will be perfect for my area of interest, for my topic. So you have to take out that case law, and then you can write a case analysis or comparative analysis on that particular case.
Right, sir.
So that's how you can identify your topics.
Thank you.
Ritu Raj, if we don't want to affiliate with any platform particular, we want to start on our own. So what social media handles would you recommend? There's Twitter.
If you want to write an article and you don't want to publish at any organization, then you
Yeah.
can do one thing. You can post it on the LinkedIn. You can write article there and you can post it. But because starting your own blog means you have to buy subscription. I mean, you have to buy a website, a domain, your blog's name for authentic. There are so many WordPress free, blog article. There are so many, WordPress. I guess WordPress gives a free subscription, like where you can create your own domain. But you will not get the wider reach there. That's the problem. If you start your own blog pages, so you will not get the reach there. It will not come in the Google. That's the issue. But
Okay,
if you
but in
want
case
to
one
get the
wants to
viewership,
start, can you list the steps, Ritu Raj? How does one start one's own blog? Suppose, one is just about, like, not about the reach, but, one is interested in update, putting regular updates, okay? Regularly posting blogs, suppose twice a week, okay? So with publishing with these platforms might not be feasible. So how can one start on their own? Can you
so
list down the steps? Yeah.
yeah. So basically, it's a very simple thing. Just you have to buy the domain name from the Google. I mean, there's Hiogs, there are WordPress. They sell their domain .in, karke, whatever the name you want. Just like ABC journal.in. You wanted to buy this domain, then you have to buy the particular name. You will have to give the name of your, whatever the blog you want to buy, the domain name. You will give the name. They will provide you the domain link. So and so will be your link, and then after you have to buy a space on the online platform, means where you can publish your article. Like it's a bandwidth. It's called bandwidth of 2 GB or 3 GB or 10 GB. It's totally depend. I mean, कैसा आप खरीदना चाहते हो bandwidth, कितने depend करता है your price. There are different price for different bandwidth. So it's a very simple step. You have to buy the domain name and the space, and then you have to contact to. The most important thing is to get it designed. You need someone who is expert in this. A law student don't have much idea about the technical things, designing a website or something like that. So you need someone who can design your website, who can do some technical works. If you are running a blog page, and if there is some time technical issue and you don't know how to do it, then how you will overcome with it? So you will always require one person who have technical knowledge, who, in case if there is any emergency, in case there is any technical glitch, that person will be helping you out. So these are the things which you have to keep in mind before starting your journal or your blog pages. And then after everything will be final, you can put the your article or someone's article in your blog page.
My name is Shruti Dudhane. I am third year law student in BLS LLB. So
Okay.
currently being in my third year, I came across various legal subjects that I am exposed to. At the same time, the current affairs that are going on. So generally, I have opinion in some or the other thing, and there are so many things going on, so I get confused. So I just form my opinion and save it to myself only. I want to convert it into a blog or an article by doing the research. So you said that one should write neutrally, not like the negative. The article should not have the negative impact. Can you give it some example of it?
No, I said unnecessary negative impact. I said you can give a controversial, edge or link, but it should be valid point. It should be a legal word. I said you cannot give. I mean, it's totally up to the person. But it's my suggestion that ki don't try to give unnecessary controversy because that gives a negative impact.
My next question is, can you please share the sources from how we can get educated about the citations? Because they are very confusing.
See, generally in India or every platform, we do follow Scholar and Blue Book. Most used thing, citation format is Blue Book 21st edition or 22nd is going.
Yes.
I don't remember. Mostly 21st people do prefer. So there is a guideline. If you will Google it, you will get the document in PDF format.
Yes, sir. The document is there, but it is very, very confusing, like the formats and what to cite and how to cite, how to write those links, different articles.
See,
that's the confusion.
So whenever you are writing an article, so some if you are taking reference from someone's article, then you have to write the name first, name of the author, comma, name of the topic, comma, and then after the the particular topics from where you the subtopics, and then the date, and then the link you can attach. So there are different format for everything. Like for books, if you have taken some reference from the books in Blue Book, there is a different there are different format, like the name of the author, the book's name, volume number, issue number. So there are various kind of format.
Yes.
So whenever you will see that guidelines, you will see they are different things. I mean, it's a big topic for discussing it. We can conduct another session for either for the Oscola or the Blue Book format.
Yes, it will be great,
Separately.
sir.
Yeah, because that's a separate topic. We will need it. I mean, around 40 to 45 minutes for that topic. So we can do later for another session for that, where I can inform you in detailed manner how you can write a citation format. I can give you the demo as well.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Ritu Raj, Prachi is asking that what can be the starting topic. So she is in the 5th year. So
Okay.
how does one start? At the beginning, what topic can we start with? Any
See,
tips on that?
Prachi, yeah. See, Prachi, that totally depend on your area of interest. If you are in final year and there are topic subject like CPC, CRPC or companies law, or you might be interested in criminal law. So you have to figure out which subject you are more interested. For example, if you are interested in arbitration or the IBC, then you have to find out what are the recent issues going in the IBC field. What are the recent amendment or the recent case laws came in the arbitration. So you can write on that particular topic. If you are interested in criminal law, we saw a few days back our government came up with the new amendment with the criminal law and the Evidence Act and CRPC. So you can write on that topic, whether it will create a changes or not, whether the sections, so few sections of previous act have been removed and some new sections have been added. So you can do that analysis whether the removal of that particular section is good for the society or not, or whether the inclusion of that particular section is good or bad for the society. So this is how you can figure out the topic, but that totally depend on your area of interest, which subject you are more interested you like. You can write an article on try to write an article on that particular topic, and then after you can move to the other topics. But for the beginning, for starting, always try to write an article on your area of interest topic. Whatever on whatever topic you have more interest, focus on that. Try to figure out every aspect from that, and then start writing. I hope you got the point.
Neelam is asking that, initially can one post on LinkedIn and then send the same articles for publishing to the various platforms?
Yeah, sure. I mean, where very much organization do it publish, because there are some organization who have some difficulties like their policy. Ki if you have published somewhere, then you cannot publish in some other in their journal or organization. But there are several organization they do publish twice. I mean, if you, it's totally on the author, right? If you want to publish it on someone's blog, and if you want to publish in some other journal as well, you can publish it both the places. But before publishing it, check with that person. I mean, person in the sense that journal owner, the publisher. Ask him or ask her whether we can do this or not, because every journal or every organization have their own policy. Somewhere you can do, somewhere you can.
हेलो सर.
Yeah, please tell
सो
me.
एज यू सेड बिफोर कि हम एक ही चीज पे रिलायबल नहीं रह सकते, तो सेकेंडरी सोर्सेज भी बहुत काइंड ऑफ कि हम लोग उस पर रिलायबल नहीं रहते, बट प्राइमरी सोर्सेज हम लोग ले सकते हैं, राइट?
बिल्कुल. प्राइमरी
but-
सेकेंडरी सोर्सेज से यू कैन टेक द रेफरेंस, यू कैन नॉट रिलाई ऑन इट.
ओके, बट प्राइमरी सोर्सेज में भी अगर कोई सेंसिटिव टॉपिक होती है बहुत ज्यादा, तो उसमें भी कई लोग झूठ बोलते होंगे या मतलब छुपाते होंगे, सच छुपाते होंगे, तो उस पे हम लोग किस तरह से उसको हम किस तरह से पकड़े, समझे कि नहीं?
प्राइमरी सोर्सेज आर द थिंग्स जिसको लोग एक नहीं 3-4 बार क्रॉस चेक करते हैं. आई मीन, कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जब कोई पेपर पब्लिश करता है, वो डायरेक्टली कोई भेजा उसको पब्लिश नहीं करता है. दे डू अ बैकग्राउंड चेक कि ये जो कंटेंट इन्होंने लिखा है क्या ये सही है या नहीं. वो उस पर रिसर्च करते, वो उसका एक बैकग्राउंड चेक करता है. जो रेफरेंस होता है ना नीचे, वो रेफरेंस इसलिए मांगा जाता है, जो साइटेशन होता है वो इसलिए दिया जाता है ताकि लोग उस साइटेशन पे जाके चेक कर सके कि वेदर दैट टॉपिक, वेदर दैट द कंटेंट इज ऑथेंटिक और नॉट. उसको लोग चेक करेंगे तभी उसको पब्लिश करेंगे. अगर वो गलत होगा या आधा अधूरा होगा तो रिलायबल सोर्स कभी भी उस चीज को पब्लिश नहीं करेगा. इसलिए हम उसको रिलायबल सोर्स करते हैं, इसलिए हम उस पर रिलाय करते हैं, क्योंकि ये चीज हम मानते हैं, जानते हैं कि उसका कंटेंट ऑथेंटिक है. वो पूरे बैकग्राउंड चेक होने के बाद ही आता है.
ओके.
और रिलायबल सोर्सेज वही होता है जहां पे ऑथेंटिक डेटा मिलेगा. लाइक गवर्नमेंट सोर्स डेटा, दैट्स ट्रू कि गवर्नमेंट बहुत चीजें छुपा के डालती है, बट जो छुपा के जो भी डाल रही है हम तो उसी को सच मानेंगे ना. गवर्नमेंट
अच्छा.
अपने पोर्टल पे जो भी चीज डालेगी, हमारे लिए, पब्लिक के लिए, पूरे वर्ल्ड के लिए तो सच वही होगा. लाइक
Right.
कोविड में अगर मान लिए 5 लाख मरे और हम 2 लाख ही डालते हैं, तो एज पर द गवर्नमेंट डेटा वो 2 लाख ही सही होगा. हम उसको 4 लाख अगर डाल देते तो वो गलत चीज हो सकता है, बट जो गवर्नमेंट डाला 2 लाख वो सही होगा.
ओके.
या सो गवर्नमेंट डेटा या सुप्रीम कोर्ट के कोई भी जजमेंट या हाई कोर्ट के जजमेंट के जो वेबसाइट पे डेटा होंगे और या मनुपात्रा पे जो डेटा होंगे, ये सब ऑथेंटिक माना जाएगा. बट अगर वही इंडियन कानून पे है या कोई और ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, मतलब जो भी वेब पेज है जिसपे इंफॉर्मेशन होगा, हम उस पर रिलाई नहीं कर सकते हैं.
ओके.
यस.
थैंक यू.
Hello, sir. I'm Harshada. I have just started my website. I took help from one of my friend who does the coding job. So GitHub का कुछ तो रहता है, उसमें वो website start किया है. So
Okay.
I just posted one blog there. What I do is I take real life scenarios and I linked them with the legal sections like that. So also I spent 1 to 2 months to decide the name for my website and name for my various social media platforms, but I have not registered them. So I'm just worrying about that, how to save that name from someone will take that name and registered or for it, because
That is
now I
copyright.
don't have that much money.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
copyright.
that's
But
not, to be very honest, my organization, I'm running from the last 4 and 5 year Bernice Law Journal website, and I have published more than 500 papers till now, until I haven't taken the copyright on my name or on my logo. So
Okay.
that is the later thing. I mean, taking copyright or some trademark or something like that, it will take time. I mean, it's very early to take to focus on that thing. Don't worry about that. I mean, for the copyright thing, yeah, try to focus on the content. Once it will
Yes.
get a new height, once it will be on the top of the pedestal. Then after you will be required to take the copyright thing. So for as of now, don't worry about it. Just focus on the content. Try to give it a very unique. Try to give a very fine piece of article on your blog page. Got it?
Yes sir, got it. Also I have doubt that मैंने अभी LinkedIn पे बहुत दिनों से start कर दिया है post करना ऐसे like on menstrual cycle also, that traditional things related to that. So people are not like reacting on that because I think it was negative way. It was in negative way. Maybe for that they were not reacting on my post. But later I posted for that real situation and linking it with legal scenario. So people started to react on that. Also
I think
मैं अभी कैसे कर सकती हूँ कि ये जो मेरा वेबसाइट है वो पब्लिश कैसे करूँ? Like people will get to know about that.
that is the marketing, digital marketing, and LinkedIn is the best platform for that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
LinkedIn, Instagram, your connection. I mean, whoever in your college, your colleagues, you can ask them. You can ask them to publicize it. You can ask them to write an article and get it published, and they will post in their own Instagram or the social media or LinkedIn. Then from there, the four people will come to know about your page, blog. When then that four people will come to publish. So this is how this works. Networking.
Okay.
Start interacting with your people, your connection, ask
Yes.
them to give a paper to publish. I mean, ask
Yes.
them to write a blog, and you say, okay, I will be publishing your blog in my journal or in my blog pages, and then you can put it on your LinkedIn. So that will help you to grow your network.
Okay, sir.
Web page. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Ritu Raj, Rekha ma'am has asked questions in a chat box. Can you read? She's asking for the sources. You've already answered, so you read the question and
What are the
two
reliable
questions from her.
sources?
You've already discussed the sources of so
Yeah, sources we have discussed, Rekha. As I said, the reliable sources can be the government portal. If you are taking some data, if you want some data, like if you are writing an article on COVID death, so you will be taking the data from the government sources only. You cannot rely on any newspaper's article because that is not authentic. Newspaper article give their own opinion and they put the exclamation of question mark, but that is not authentic. That you cannot rely on that. So whenever you are taking some data, you are taking some case reference, you always have to refer the government website, government portal. You cannot rely on someone's individual perspective. You cannot rely on someone's opinion, whether it's a great philosopher or someone, but still you cannot rely on that. आज कोई सीनियर एडवोकेट कुछ भी बोल देते हैं कोई भी लॉ के बारे में, कोई भी टॉपिक के बारे में, you cannot completely rely on that because you have to comply with the actual law. वो अपने हिसाब से उसको फ्रेम करेंगे, वो अपने हिसाब से अपना ओपिनियन देंगे, बट यू विल बी रिलाइंग ऑन द एक्चुअल लॉ और यू विल बी रिलाइंग ऑन समवन सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हाई कोर्ट जजमेंट कि कोर्ट कैसे उस जजमेंट को पोर्ट्रे किया है, कैसे उसको एक्सप्लेन किया है. But the lawyers can have their own opinion and they can share his or her opinion, but his or her opinion is not binding on everyone. But Supreme Court judgment or High Court judgment is the binding. So you can rely on that particular thing, but you cannot rely on someone's opinion, whether it is Harish Salve or Kapil Sibal or somebody else. But still you cannot rely because वो उनका opinion है. वो चाहते हैं कि लॉ को हम ऐसे ट्विस्ट करें, लॉ ऐसा हो सकता है, उनका ये कहना है. बट द जजमेंट विच केम दैट विल बी द एक्चुअल लॉ कि नहीं लॉ को इस तरह से मोल्ड करना है या उसका ये मतलब है, जो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर थे उनका ये कहना था, वो ये कहना चाह रहे थे. सो वी कैन रिलाई ऑन ओनली दोज थिंग्स, the judgment or either on the constitution, not on someone's opinion. So this is how you can take the reliable sources. So there was one more. Yeah.
There's one question. What is your intake on using Chat GPT to write legal blogs?
No, I'll suggest please don't go for Chat GPT. It's a very vague. I know I haven't used, but I saw one or two of my friends were using it, and it's given so many lame data, so many irrelevant data, so many incorrect things. So don't completely blindly rely on the Chat GPT. If you are not getting something, you can take the reference, but don't rely on it. It's have no credibility in the market. It's have no reliable sources. And don't even try to mention in the citation. Don't do that. It's have no authenticity.
So participants, Ritu Raj says no for ChatGPT. How does one get into the flow of writing legal blogs?
Flow of writing a legal blog. So flow is totally up to the person. It varies person to person. There are few people who is interested in writing an article, but there are so many people who is not interested in writing an article. They have their different interests. They might be interested in mood code. They might be interested in MUN. They might be interested in working with any law chambers. But there are a person who is involved in research writing. Research field. Those who want to go in public policy. So they involved in writing an article. They like to write so many papers, so many opinion on the particular topics. So that depends person to person. To create that interest, you have to read so many articles. Once you will start reading so many articles, so many topics, so many research papers from different organization, then you will get the इंटरेस्ट इन राइटिंग एन आर्टिकल. जब आप 5 तरह के चीजें पढ़ोगे तो फिर आपको भी लगेगा कि नहीं, मुझे भी कुछ लिखना है, मुझे भी अपना ओपिनियन देना है. नहीं भाई, इसका ओपिनियन ऐसा है और आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं, उनका ओपिनियन गलत है, तो आप काउंटर करने के लिए उसके ओपिनियन को आप एक अपना ओपिनियन दोगे, और वो आप तभी काउंटर करोगे जब आप कुछ पढ़ोगे, आप उसके बारे में जानोगे. तो राइटिंग क्वालिटी को बढ़ाने के लिए आपको सबसे पहले अपना रीडिंग क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करना पड़ेगा. जब आपका रीडिंग क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करेगा, जब आप बहुत सारे पेपर पढ़ने लगोगे, आर्टिकल पढ़ने लगोगे डे टू डे बेसिस पे, फिर आपको खुद ही लिखने का इंटरेस्ट आने लगेगा. So start reading an article, start reading on any topic, or start reading novel, or start reading on some legal topic, some political topic. फिर आपको इंटरेस्ट आएगा कोई भी टॉपिक पे लिखने में, and that will give you the flow. It's my perspective.
And Ritu Raj, can you shed some light on search engine optimization?
Yeah, search engine optimization is the technical terms. It's not a law student thing. It's always with someone who is involved in CS or something like marketing, digital marketing and all. So search engine optimization is something where when you write an article, there are few keywords which you need to focus on that. The keyword is the most important thing, and that keyword will help you to grow your articles viewership. When you do SEO of your journal and you write in that, whenever you are doing an SEO, उसमें आपको कुछ keywords डालने होते हैं. वो keywords जो article होते हैं आपके, उसी से लिया जाता है. And whenever we search, like write an article on uniform civil code or some any topic, one nation one election, तो उसमें जो आप कीवर्ड डाले होंगे, उसी के थ्रू से आपका पेपर को ऊपर दिखाया जाएगा. तो सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन इज काइंड ऑफ डिजिटल मार्केटिंग थिंग्स which the person who involved in that they can do only, because it's not an easy task. Like I cannot do that. जब तक आपको इस फील्ड का नॉलेज नहीं हो तो यू कैन नॉट डू दैट. हाँ, बट यू कैन डू वन थिंग, यू कैन राइट द कीवर्ड्स कि कौन सा कीवर्ड लोग ज्यादा सर्च करते हैं किस टॉपिक. जैसे आप कोई भी टॉपिक पे आर्टिकल लिखे हो एंड कि समवन विल रिसर्च अगेन ऑन दैट टॉपिक, तो क्या कीवर्ड वो टाइप करेंगे. सो दैट कीवर्ड यू विल बी पुटिंग इन योर आर्टिकल एंड दैट विल हेल्प टू ग्रो योर व्यूअरशिप.
Somewhere interlinked also, they are asking that how does one ensure that our article is up to the mark, and also there are plethora of articles being written. Okay, there's a lot available in today's time. So how does one ensure that one's article stands out, it's unique, and so it's valuable?
See, that's true. Everyone is writing an article. This world is very competitive, very competitive. Everyone is running behind it. Everyone wants name, fame, job, everything. So what make you different is yourself. How you try to see yourself. आप खुद को कैसे लोगों से अलग करते हो. सब तो एक ही चीज के पीछे भाग रहा है, आप क्या अलग करते हो. सी, अभी सब लोग कुछ, मान लो कोई भी टॉपिक पे लोग चल रहे हैं, अभी कोई रिसेंट ट्रेंड आया, लोग अभी उस पर लिखना नहीं शुरू किए और आप उसको लिखने का शुरुआत करते हो, तो वो चीज आपको अलग करता है. कुछ ऐसे बहुत सारे ऐसे टॉपिक होते हैं जिसपे लोग ध्यान नहीं देते हैं, बट वो इंपॉर्टेंट होता है और आप उस चीज पे फोकस करते हैं, तो आप उस भीड़ से अलग हो जाते हैं. 90% लाना इज वेरी नॉर्मल नाउअडेज. आपकी क्लास में हर एक बच्चे ने अराउंड 10 to 15 स्टूडेंट विल गेट 90%. फिर यूनिकनेस क्या रहा. जब 10 लोग 90% ला रहे हैं तो फिर वो 10 एक ही है, बट आपको क्या अलग बनाता है. आपको अलग बनाता है कि आप उसके अलावा क्या किए. स्कोर मार्क, एक अच्छे मार्क्स स्कोर करने के अलावा क्या किए. इफ यू हैव इंटर्न एट सम गुड प्लेसेस, तो आपको अलग करता है. आप 4-5 अच्छे आर्टिकल पब्लिश किए, वो आपको अलग करता है. आप 2-3 मूड कोर्ट जीते हैं, आपको वो चीज अलग करता है. क्योंकि 90% 80% आजकल हर कोई ला रहा है, बट वो चीज आपको अलग नहीं कर रहा है लोगों से. आपको अलग करेगा एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलम थिंग्स, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटी. आपके पास एक्स्ट्रा टैलेंट क्या है, वो आजकल बहुत मैटर करता है. वैसे ही आर्टिकल में भी सेम टॉपिक पे हर कोई लिख रहा है. आपको कुछ यूनिक लिखना होगा, आपको कुछ अलग हट के लिखना होगा. कोई रिसेंट टॉपिक पे एक अलग एंगल देना होगा. प्लेन लैंग्वेज में हर कोई लिख रहा है, प्लेन लैंग्वेज इन द सेंस प्लेन मीनिंग में हर कोई लिख रहा है, आपको उसके लिए एक अलग एंगल देना होगा कि नहीं ये चीज ऐसे भी हो सकता है, नहीं ये चीज ऐसे भी हो सकता है। वो चीज आपको अलग करता है लोगों से, क्योंकि वो दिखाता है कि आप जो चीज सोचे हो अभी वो अब तक कोई नहीं सोचा। हाँ भाई ये चीज भी ऐसा हो सकता है। So that makes you different from the others. So this is how you can you can keep yourself stand out from the others. So always try to think in different ways कि आप खुद को कैसे अलग कर सकते हो। उसके लिए आपको रास्ते ढूंढने पड़ेंगे, उसके लिए आपको थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा भाग दौड़ करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा चारों तरफ देखना पड़ेगा, तब जाके आप खुद को अलग कर पाओगे।
Yes, but Rituraj, that's what Neelam is asking, that we've seen that there are many a times excellent articles on LinkedIn, but the reactions to that, very few people react to it, like it. So how does one know that one has done a good job?
See, LinkedIn is the platform where there is an algorithm work. लिंक्डइन एक एल्गोरिदम पे चलता है, वो आपके व्यूअर्स बढ़ते हैं जब आपका कनेक्शन बिल्डअप होता है। इफ यू आर हैविंग 20 कनेक्शन, सो वो आपको वो 20 लोग में से 8 लोग को ही दिखाएगा। लिंक्डइन वो ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है जो आपको हर चीज आपको पूरा कंटेंट सारे लोगों तक पहुंचाएगा, नहीं ऐसा नहीं होता। वो एक एल्गोरिदम पे वर्क करता है। अगर आप कोई भी कंटेंट पोस्ट किए और आपके मात्र 100 फॉलोवर्स है तो आपके 100 में से 25 के पास ही जाएगा। उस 25 में भी आपके कुछ लॉ के फील्ड के होंगे, कुछ डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट से होंगे। मान लीजिए आपके 12 लॉ 100 में से 12 आपके 100 में से आपके 50 लॉ के कनेक्शन है, बट आपके 12 से 13 लोग तक ही जा पाएगा। अब उस 12 में से 13 लोग में 3 से 4 लोग ऐसे भी होंगे जिनको ये सब चीज में इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है, वो पढ़ेंगे ही नहीं। कुछ लोग ऐसे भी होंगे जो उनके पास पढ़ने का मन है बट पढ़ने का टाइम नहीं है। कुछ लोग पढ़ेंगे तो रिएक्ट करेंगे, कुछ लोग पढ़ के भी रिएक्ट नहीं करेंगे। तो
Yes.
लिंक्डइन थोड़ा एल्गोरिदम वाला चीज है, उस पे आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि उस पे हम व्यूअरशिप अचानक कैसे बढ़ाएं। हाँ वो बढ़ेगा जब आप अपना कनेक्शन बिल्डअप करोगे, आप रेगुलरली पोस्ट करोगे, तब आपका धीरे धीरे वो आपका स्कोप बढ़ेगा, आपकी व्यूअरशिप बढ़ेगी। उसमें थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा बट वो हो जाएगा। आपको उसके लिए कनेक्शन बनाने पड़ेंगे, रेगुलरली पोस्ट करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा यूनिक कंटेंट रखना पड़ेगा जो लोगों को मतलब लोगों का अटेंशन खींचे आपके आर्टिकल में, वैसा कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा, तब जाके आपका बढ़ेगा व्यूअरशिप।
ओके, एंड लिटरली जो हम प्लेटफॉर्म्स को हम कैसे अप्रोच करें, एंड इनका कोई स्टाइल होता है या फिर कोई ग्राउंड ऑफ रिजेक्शन होता है जो आपने अब तक इतने
सारा
पब्लिश
कुछ मैम
किए? नीलम इज आस्किंग। या
वो सारा कुछ उनके वेबसाइट पे पब्लिकेशन पॉलिसी करके आती है। वो हर कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपने साइट पे अपनी पॉलिसी मेंशन करती है, उनको क्या क्या क्राइटेरिया चाहिए, कितने वर्ड्स के चाहिए, क्या फॉर्मेट होना चाहिए, कितना अलाइनमेंट क्या होना चाहिए, फॉन्ट क्या होना चाहिए, उनका साइटेशन कौन सा फॉर्मेट का होना चाहिए, वो सारा क्राइटेरिया वो मेंशन करते हैं। सारा कुछ आपके उनके वेबसाइट पे अवेलेबल होगा, आप चाहिएगा उनको पढ़िएगा एंड अकॉर्डिंगली आप फिर लिखना स्टार्ट कीजिए, उन सारे पॉइंट्स को कंसिडर करते हुए कि उन्होंने क्या फॉर्मेट दिया है, उसी हिसाब से फिर आपको लिखना है और फिर उनको भेजना है। हर जर्नल हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का अपना एक पॉलिसी होता है जो उनके वेबसाइट पे अवेलेबल होता है।
ओके,
Okay,
एनी
so
कंक्लूडिंग रिमार्क्स बिफोर वी एंड?
yeah, I mean it was really nice. I mean it's a very kind of interactive at the end. काफी अच्छा लगा आप लोगों से इतना इंटरैक्ट करके, इतने क्वेश्चंस पूछा आप लोगों ने। फॉर एनी स्पीकर जब वो किसी भी शो में आते हैं अपना ओपिनियन शेयर करने के लिए, तो चाहते हैं लोग उनसे क्वेश्चन पूछे, बिकॉज दे डोंट वांट टू जस्ट कम एंड स्पीक एंड गो अवे। नो, वी वांट सम इंटरैक्टिव सेशन। एंड काफी अच्छा लगता है जब लोग इतने क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं। एंड थैंक्स टू यू मैम, मालविका मैम, फॉर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग दिस सेशन। आई मीन इट वाज रियली नाइस कि काफी लोगों ने क्वेश्चंस किए, काफी सारे क्वेश्चंस किया, एंड आई थिंक आई हैव clear your doubts.
So Rituraj, thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights. It was a great session. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.